using number 11 through 15 in the midterm exam review packet, and we are starting with volume of a cylinder here. It says the diameter of a cylindrical water tank is 11 feet, and it shows it in this picture here, and its height is 15 feet. What is the volume of the tank? So first step would be to go to your reference sheet and look for volume of a cylinder. So on the reference sheet right here for cylinder, volume equals area of the base times the height. So I wrote that down, volume equals area of the base times the height. And in this case, the base is a circle. So this is the area of a circle. So then we have to plug in the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, into this equation. So volume equals pi r squared times the height. Okay, and then we can start plugging in the numbers into the equation. So it says to use 3.14 for pi, so I'm using that. The radius, now it gave us the diameter, we do have to calculate the radius. The radius would just be half of the diameter. So divide this by 2 and you get 5.5 for the radius. So we'll put 5.5 squared, and then the height of the cylinder is 15. Then, once you have everything plugged into the equation, you can begin solving. It's important that you follow order of operations. So we're going to square 5.5 first, and it comes out to 30.25, and then bring the rest of the values down. The last step is to multiply these three numbers in a calculator, and it comes out to, hold on 1 second. Sure, yeah, just take off the part. Oh, thank you. Somebody sprayed. Have a good one. Okay, so you're going to multiply these three numbers together in the calculator, and it comes out to 4.775. Okay, and then you're going to look at how the question wants you to round it. It says round your answer to the nearest whole number, so that would be this place here. So we get 1, 4, 2, and this would round up to 5. And then it's important that we choose the correct unit. For volume, it would be feet cubed. So feet cubed for volume. Okay, now the next set of problems, it says consider this conditional statement. If x equals 7, then x squared equals 49. And it wants you to give the converse, contrapositive, and inverse. Okay, well, the conditional would be P then Q. The converse would be Q then P. Inverse is not P then not Q. And then the contrapositive would be not Q then not P. You will have to have this memorized for the exam, so make sure that you memorize that before exam day. Here it says it gives us the conditional, so that means it's P then Q. And I'm going to color code to make this a little bit easier. So P is going to be pink, so all the P's will be pink. And then the Q will be yellow, so all the Q's will be yellow. I'm also going to abbreviate a little bit so to make this a little bit easier. So x equals 7, so I'm going to abbreviate that as if x equals 7, then x squared equals 49. Okay, so now I'm going to write the converse, which is Q then P. So if x squared equals 49, then x equals 7. So if x squared equals 49, then x equals 7. Okay, the next one, contrapositive, is not Q, then not P. So x squared does not equal 49. If x squared does not equal 49, then x does not equal 7. So that would be the contrapositive. Then for the inverse, right here, not P, not Q. So if x does not equal 7, then x squared does not equal 49. Okay, now I'm going to flip to the next page. We'll do number 13 next. Okay, it gets a little bit easier with number 13. In the figure below, it says that JKL, so just tracing that, JKL, so this whole thing is 136 degrees. So the whole thing, 136 degrees. Measure of angle 1 is 39 degrees, and then it asks for the measure of angle 2, so this is x. Okay, well, to find that measure, we would have to subtract the values. 136 minus 39 gives us 97. So that means that this angle measure is 97 degrees, and that is the answer that we put here. And you just type 97 into the box. Okay, number 14, it talks about angle pairs. Give a pair of alternate exterior, a pair of corresponding, and a pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, so alternate exterior would be like 1 and 8. So I'm going to use that as my pair. It could also be 5 and 4, but I just chose one of them, and that's what it's looking for, just one pair of alternate exterior angles. Corresponding angles would be like 2 and 4 are the two I'm going to choose. Now also you could choose 1 and 3, 5 and 7, or 6 and 8. It's just asking you for one pair. For the next one, it says alternate interior angles. I'm going to choose 3 and 6. Those are alternate interior angles, alternate sides of the transversal on the interior of those parallel lines. You could also choose 2 and 7. That would also be correct. Okay, and number 15, it says find the slope of a line passing through these points. So for this question, you would need to go to the reference sheet and find the slope formula, which is right here on the reference sheet, and I wrote it down, so write it down on your paper. Then the next step is to label your points. So this would be x1, y1, x2, y2. And then you will plug these values into the formula. So 4 minus -5 over 4 minus -6. And then you just solve. Add the opposite here and add the opposite here. You'll get 9 over 10. And then you take this answer and you put it right here, 9 over 10, and that is your answer there. So now at this point, you're going to go to ALEKs to complete homework number 3. And there's a 10-question assignment there for you to work on. So complete that, and then I will see you tomorrow.